from the bedroom. She's coming. What do you mean? She said she needed more space, which I'm happy to give, but she's killed all contact and understand that this one has been stolen. She said anything, something like, help you find out where she is or why she went. She said, maybe even it's that time about you take care of the kids. Don't try to contact me. I'll be okay, just give me you this. Listen, you know Karen better than anyone. She's not capable of asking anyone, is she? Sorry, man. Sorry. Hello? Yeah? I'm good.
Sorry, I had to turn my Bluetooth off. Can you hear me? Finn, Lena, Raymond, guess what? Every video, every shot, every live I do. You see, I believe in Lena, I believe in Ray, and I believe in Finn, and that's why I'm backing them, and my way works. Let it go. Are you an SOB? Finish 46 off 300. That's great, isn't it? Hey, you see, by the time I'm done, Finn, you see, I was on YouTube a few years ago and I got steamrolled by all the English channels. And now we're coming back and I'm going to put a dream team together. My own little dream team. A good people. And I guarantee you this. You won't get Ian Gibbons, Harpo O'Driscoll, Neil Douglas, any of the boys jumping on anyone else's lawyers. You know. Shout out to all my mates at home that watch me. Jude McDonald's on and dumb. Guramila Mahagut, then you come. If you are disrespectful in my life, I'll give it to you in Irish. Bukel, down your bail, Cunis, Guramila Mahagut. See the fuck she is. Every video here, I'm only one channel, but I'll show you. And here, I'm bringing a few people with me. And they're going to have big channels. And they're going to save people's lives. And that's my payment. That's the nourishment I get out of helping people. My stomach was really bad earlier on. I'm more worried about my little son at the minute. Now, so, what I'd like to say is, my way works. I've been trying to get a couple of people to come on my channel for a minute, and they didn't want to come on because they weren't ready for it. Because I'm ready. Ian Gibbons, I hope you're ready. If you jump on board, Harpo will jump on one night. Mousy, Finn, Spencer. You understand, and it's about infrastructure, foundation. We've got that. And then all it needs to do is unite a few channels. We all breathe the same fucking air, right? Quit your jibber jabber sunshine, because you are fucked. You underestimated me, and guess what? I've not just grown my channel. I'm going to help as many channels as I can, but charity begins at home. My father believed in not giving me money. He said, earn your money. So I did. He wasn't happy how I earned it, but we all breathe the same air. Finn, Raymond, Lena, if you're listening to this, every video, every live I do, check my description. Every channel, everybody that has a spanner on my channel, I'm going to do my best to get them a few subs, because somebody underestimated one of the dubs, and I believe I have the potential to grow one of the biggest Irish panels on here, because of the lads that have grown up with me. A lot of them are God-fearing now, but back then here, they weren't afraid of nothing. If that makes sense. And you know what, Lena? How small a world is it? I didn't know you knew all them. I've already said this to you. Yeah, how about this? Now, you see, Lena, the reason why I share Lena's channel is because she wanted to end her life. Okay. A long time ago. And I planted a seed in her head. You know, because the people that come in my life, I've got a duty of care to my mods. And whether you're black, white, Protestant, Catholic, English, Irish, Scottish, it doesn't matter. I've already done my due diligence. Lena is Scottish, Protestant, I'm proud. Finn is Irish, I'm proud. And Raymond is English, I'm proud. So there's no prejudice here. Do you understand? And it's like, do you know what I'm going to do from now on? I have a shitload of mods with spanners, so I'm just going to write down every mod, and what I'm going to do is then I'm just going to start sharing all these channels, right? But at the minute, I'm focused on 3 people. How are you, Stuart? Listen, I don't care whether you like me or not. I'm not fucking perfect, okay? But one thing I tell you what, this has always been about principle to me, okay? I've researched 51 channels on YouTube in Air Circle. 18 months ago, I couldn't spell algorithm. Never mind know what it was. I didn't know what analytics was, but you know what I did? 6 months of my time I put into learning. I didn't know what YouTube Studio was. I fucking know now. So I put everything I learnt into this channel, and in 2 years, I'm 10 subs away from 3,600 without doing regular panels. Can you imagine when I started opening my channel up and bringing a few dubs on? Some of Dublin's finest, in fairness. You know, and it's like licorice, all sorts. You see, you have people from Ballyer, you have people. Spencer, I'm glad you come in because you're just the man I wanted to talk to. So, Spencer, I want your opinion on this. Now, I'm glad Spencer McDermott has come in because for those that do not know, Spencer and I grew up on Cherry Orchard Avenue. That's Dublin 10, Ballyfermot, cartel land, family bullshit. Yeah, all that. Me and Spencer grew up through it, and here we survived it. Me and Spencer survived the life. You know, me and Spencer are connected, cause not just cause we're friends, cause our mummies were friends. Rest in peace to Agnes, man. Spencer's mummy and my mummy were very good friends. You know, and like I said, this channel has always been about credibility. Yeah. Shout out to all the people years ago on the YouTube that told loads of lies about me. I had to open Pandora's box, didn't I? Why couldn't I just say straight out of fucking Manchester? But I had to go straight out of Ballyer. And the whole agenda for this mission was always about securing a foundation, being 1,000 subs. And the English channels controlled the narrative, put it that way, and steamrolled my little channel years ago. But here, know this, you won't steamroll now, because what I see is, I see this like a project, and it's Project Survivor. And at the end of the day, it's like, I believe that Finn, Raymond and Lena are survivors. And I also believe that they're going to have their own channels, which they have, but they're also going to have their own StreamYard, which Finn is flying at the minute. Raymond's 10 subs away from his first 100, and Lena is about 14. You know, so whether you like it or not, listen, I don't give a fuck about what you think about me. Yeah. All you need to know is I've got my team. Yeah. I've got that back. You know, and I'll prove that. It's called due diligence. That's J-U-D fucking E diligence. 51 channels on here. And I said to them all, here, prove to your people that come in your channel every day that you actually care about them. Don't charge them for a month. Not one of them would comply. So you can say the fuck what you want about me, and I won't lie. Our 51 channels on YouTube, Straight Out of Ballyer, is the only channel monetized that doesn't charge people. Here, getting to know people like Lena and Raymond and Finn is well worth more than £2 a month to me. You understand, they're survivors like me, and I've identified that, and I'm like a big brother, let's say. You know, Finn's like me little brother. You know, and I'm going to give him everything I've learned on here. And here, I done it in 2 years. We are 10 subs away from 3,600. Shout out to me. And then here, Finn's on 254 subs. That means he's 46 away from his first 300. So Spencer, right, wait, I tell you this, right, long story short, yeah. So myself and Spencer have spoke about this ages ago. Now, me and Spencer, we've done a couple of StreamYards, not many, but see, when it comes to boxing, see, Spencer, Here, you know, if I could pick a team of boxing analysts and what have you, you see, Spencer, you would be number one in that list. Now, when it comes to UFC, I'd put myself in that list. I can't wait for Paddy the Baddy versus Chandler. If Paddy beats Chandler, he'll go to number 7, Spencer. And then what'll happen is he'll fight like, it all depends. Islam is going to fight Gaethje, yeah? But I think, in all fairness, that Oila Taporia will vacate that, move up and weight just to fight Islam. And I think that's what he's done. But there's a bit of boxing coming up soon, Spencer. And listen, I was speaking to Gibbo the other day and he said he's going to come on. A few people have sent me a few photographs and all. And he said, Jude, you're going to hound me until I come on, aren't you? I said, yeah. Spencer, wouldn't it be great to get Gibbo to come on to talk about the madness? And he doesn't have to talk about madness. We can talk about God, because as you know, he's found God. You see, the thing with Dublin Gangland, there's an irony. If the Grim Reaper comes for you 3 times and you don't die, you will get close to God. Now, I'm going to tell you something you probably don't know about me and Spencer. We also have in common. Here, we went to God camp for 5 years. Ask him. Of course he did, Lena, yeah. And Lena, he's helped a lot of centres and what have you, because like I said, me and Spencer grew up with Gibbo, right? I played hurling with him in Yowzer as a kid, right? And it's like, this fella, you have to understand something, right? Me and Gibbo allegedly fucked up, right? We fucked up a few bills, right? And because of that, we got ourselves into trouble, right? Now, Harper will tell you this, right? And Spencer, I'm glad Harper was in the live yesterday. Now, listen, right? This is how far me and Ian have come, okay? So, I want you to picture the scene, right? Now, I forgive him, but I don't know whether you'd be able to forgive your mate for this. So, imagine this, right? You and your mate owes money to a guy, and you get a beating, you get dragged from Finglas in a van back to Ballyfermot. You're getting bet around the place and ask, who did you give the pills to? Spencer, right? I never gave his name up, right? And I'm lying on a railway line, right? Harper will tell you about this. He was in yesterday, right? I was on a railway line at the back of your ma's house, right? At the back of where the Moonies used to live, at the back of that in that field. And I seen somebody walk down the track. And Spencer, as he got closer, I recognised him. I couldn't believe it was him. I was at Spencer, the hiding I was at the taking, and I didn't tell on him. This cunt owed half the money. It was his fault that me shit. I was in trouble. But I didn't say that, and I didn't tell the boys that. And I got bashed. Next of all, I see him on the railway line, Spencer. Railway line, loads of bricks. You have a can of Coke, or you have an empty can of something. At a certain part of the track, as you know, where we used to hide things. And I seen him unravelling a parcel. Unravelling another parcel. And then sticking 2 ends together. Click. And handing somebody a shotgun to shoot me with it. And Harper was in here yesterday. And I said, can you just confirm that? So people don't think I'm lying. Now, if I was lying, Harper would have said, you're a lying bastard. And know what he said, Spencer? Fact. But me and Gibbo, we were both on drugs at the time. Heavy drugs, you know. And he didn't know it was me, Spencer. That's the thing. He got a phone call, allegedly, yeah, to say, listen, you need to meet me somewhere with a friend. And Spencer, you know you can't ask questions. You do as you're told. If you mind something for someone, You know, nobody else knows about it. You don't tell your mates, as you know. And the amount of fucking, like I said, we've learned from it. And Gibbo's worked with a lot of youth clubs. He's worked with a lot of outreach places in the UK, you know, up in Salford. And he'll continue to do it, you know, because any man who's been assassinated 3 times and doesn't die ends up getting close to God. Now, back to God Camp. Me and Spencer were part of Dublin Christian Mission, DCM. And they used to take us away on holiday every year, down to Arklow, Avoca Manor. And I always said, if I ever won the lottery, I'd buy a house in Arklow, just outside Wicklow, not far from it. You know, my mother wanted to be buried there, you know. But I tell you what, Avoca, it's a beautiful place. Glendalough, it's majestic. And for 5 years, me, Harpo, Whitey, Bert, Deco Lyons, Snuggles, Jay Dunn, loads of the girls went, loads of the Moonies went, fucking Caroline Hand went too. Loads of us went, Spencer. You know, it's like, and it was like a cheap holiday. They used to bring kids away, right? Okay, so we needed God in our life because we hadn't got a lot. And we used to get up to a lot of mischief, allegedly. And this club we went to, they used to have this building in town, and you'd go in and there's a basketball court. Downstairs is a little where you have, I think, two pool tables, a football table, you know, shit like that. Like, you used to go into it, you get picked up, brought in, and it was like you'd have Bible class for an hour, and then for the other 2 hours you'd play games. Finn, see Glendalough, it's like, it's fucking beautiful, you know, the water, it's majestic. You know, I imagine heaven to be like that, you know. Like, all the mad bastards that's waiting for me up there. You know, I'm staying well away from Marno Highland. Well, he's not getting into heaven. Yeah, and fuck you too. You know, I grew up looking up to tough guys and the villains all my life. I wanted to be one of the lads, but I knew that I was different to my mates because they just wanted to sit in a street corner where I wanted to make money as a kid. My dad didn't give me money. I had to earn it. You know, and that's the problem. You see, you give your kids everything, you know, that you don't, you know, do you understand? When we were kids, we were given nothing, and it made us hungry. And nowadays, I have a lot of mates that are millionaires that give their kids apartments, boats, this, that, the other. Fuck that. When you're dead, leave it to them. But how are they going to be hungry if you give them everything? Do you understand? You're not setting them up for life properly. You know, you want your kids to be hungry. Do you understand? Like, you know, like when we were kids, we weren't given shit. You know, we either earn it or take it. One or the other. But all I give a fuck about nowadays is being a good role model for my children. You know. I know. Well, listen, Spencer, how about this right now? There's a geezer, Finn, introduced me to kind of called Mousy, right? Finn, Spencer, right? This guy called Mousy, right? Now, he knows Harpo and all, right? So, he's got 17,000 subs, right? And you know what? He always goes to the marches and the protests and shit like that. I'm gonna hook Mousy and Yowzer up, because Yowzer always goes home to the marches. Big nose, if you're watching, Yowza, yourself and Mousy, like the little group of people you have behind you, Yowza, that go to the marches, and Mousy, I think you could collaborate. But anyway, so what I'm working on, Spencer, can you do me a favour? Can you text Gibbo and say hello and say, you know what, Gibbo? Going on Jewett one night, you know, like, well, we just have a bit of laugh. Like, he's a big Man United fan, so I'm on here to talk about football with him, not the fact that he's the most luckiest man in Ballyfermot in the history of being shot. Because that cunt got a hat-trick, a perfect hat-trick, you know, a head, left foot and fucking volley, whatever. And I'm over the moon, you know. I said, he said to me, Jude, you're going to thwart me until I do this, aren't you? And I said, listen, you don't have to show your face. If you want to talk about football, we'll do that. If you want to talk about whatever, you know, for fuck's sake, you know, I'm not going to fuck you under the bus. You know, you're my brother. I love you. You're alive, you know. But Spencer, you asked Harpo. Harpo told me he was dead. It'd be like Harpo telling me that you're dead and I'm on a hospital ward and I see you pushing Johnny down the corridor. I'm like, hang on a minute, I thought he was dead. But I didn't. I'm on a corridor now. When Gibbo comes in, he'll tell you, I seen him. He seen me first. I'm going past him. He goes, Jude McDonald. And Spencer, when he comes on, he'll tell you, I grabbed him by his neck and stuck him to the wall and I said, you're a fucking dead man. Now, I didn't mean you're a dead man as I'm going to fucking kill you. I meant you're a fucking dead man because Harpo said so. You know, anybody, like I said, imagine being in your ma's watching EastEnders. What do you want, love? Chips, chicken nuggets? Do you want some red sauce with that, love? And a can of Coke? Yeah, go on, ma. Can you answer the door, love? Yeah, ma, no problem. So, right, so you're in your mother's watching EastEnders, waiting for your fucking chicken nuggets to do, right? Can you get the fucking door? Right. He goes, answers the fucking door, opens the door. Now, all you can see is a barrel off a fucking gun, right? Pointing at him like that, yeah? Right? Pointed at him. I'm gonna fucking shoot you, you cunt. So he tries to close the door. Ping, 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 whatever, right? He took a couple of the bullets, right? He didn't die, yeah? He got rushed to hospital, right? The second time they come for him, I think it was an automatic weapon, you know. Weapons that have safety on it and suppression firing. He survived it. Didn't he, Spencer, yeah? And wait till you hear this, for a perfect hat-trick, yeah? I'm not going to say where he was, but one day, Gibbo, he's always getting knocks at the door, this cunt. You know, here. Wait till you hear this, and Spencer can tell you if I'm lying. Goes out, looks in the spy hole. What a stupid thing to say. Who is it? Boom! Spencer through the door. Yeah, now he was like that, look. He like that, Spencer, side on, yeah? Looking through the spy hole. And as you know, somebody shot through the door, right? It took a big chunk out of his arse, right? He's got a fanny on his arse. You know, hey, Scott. But I said to him, listen to me, bro. You know, Spencer, do you believe in coincidence? I need to go very soon, but do you believe in coincidence? Like, one of the worst days of me missus's life, the day our dad died, I met Ian Gibbons on a hospital corridor. Now, do you think that was coincidence? Where we're both aligned at a certain part of our life where I'm walking up a corridor. Next of all, a fucking dead man speaks to me, yeah? You're fucking dead, man. Ask him if he comes on. When he comes on, he'll tell you. I'll ask him to share our encounter. Now, like I said, if 3 gunmen come to kill you and you survive, you're a jammy bastard. And this guy, like I said, he's got God in his life and he's changed his life and he's changed a lot of other people's life too. Because he knows the life, just like me. You know, it's like, and all we want to be nowadays is a good role model for our children. You know, not glorifying selling drugs or being one of the boys or being part of the family. You know, you're untouchable when you're in Cherry Orchard. Nobody will touch you. It's the structure, you see. It's the way the housing estate is built. There's one way in. And depending how quick you drive, there's a couple of ways out. But if you're cotton band the country, you're in trouble. Spencer, I couldn't believe it, yeah? He verbally worded Jude MacDonald, and I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, Harpo told me he died. And I kind of grieved a little bit for him because I was like, you know what? I wish we could have fixed it. You know, listen, cunt face, you handed someone a shotgun to shoot me in front of me eyeballs. Jude, I didn't know it was you. Does that make it any easier though? I'm your boy. And Spencer, when he did that to me, do you know when you know the part in Braveheart where Robert the Bruce gets betrayed, William Wallace gets betrayed by Robert the Bruce? You know that conviction on me face? I just couldn't believe it was him, bro, and I was just like, fuck it, shoot me then. But he wanted to frighten me, not kill me. And he did a good job of it. But he never forgave himself for doing it. But Spencer, listen to me. He didn't know it was me. All he was told was to do what he was told. And if he didn't do what he was told, you know what had happened. You know, and that's what happens. If you want to break the rules and you want to be a criminal and you want to be a thug and you want to sell drugs and impress your mates, don't be a bitch when it knocks at your door. Oh, you want to be a tough guy, do you, in front of all your mates, be a class clown, a fucking crash test dummy. Yeah, because you want to impress your mates here. You know, in 20 years, most of your cunt mates are going to be dead or in jail. Where you going to be? That's on you. But, Spencer, it's been ages since I've had a natter with you, and like I said, myself and yourself, Spencer, we're fathers, we're grandfathers, and I be honest with you, I used to look up to thugs and criminals, and most of me mates are thugs and criminals. Some of me family are thugs and criminals, allegedly. It's like, but we're all big boys now, and we all have kids, and we all have grandkids, and it's like, you know, I've been doing a lot of soul searching over the last few months. You know, I had a bit of an awakening and it triggered a relapse. Me pain triggered a relapse, but without going into too much detail, I witnessed something in my bedroom that if I told me doctor, he'd section me. And the hard part is, I know what I've seen. I was awake. You know, I don't sleep well. Hey, Luke. But like I said, listen to me, yeah. There's a few good people on here. We have people not just from Ireland, England, Scotland. We have Big Scott all the way over in Australia, who's a big supporter of my channel, always comes in. If you're not sub to Straight Jackets channel, can you do it? If you're not sub to Spencer McDermott's channel, can you do it? I know Luke doesn't want that fucking channel shared, and fuck you in your face, dude. Now listen to me. I believe that I have the potential. Listen, I'm not on here to glorify fucking bowsies, you know. growing up as a kid, that's all I ever wanted to be, was to be one of the lads. And then when I become one of the lads, I realised it was all bollocks. You know, and here, without saying anything, there was 3 originals that worked in the asylum. So people said, I give us that name. Me, Gibbo, and Ian Douglas, or Ian Douglas, Neil Douglas. Do you know if I could get Dougie to come on here and Gibbo? It's like I said, I'm not on here to talk about criminality or to glorify it, because, like I said, that's in society nowadays. That's what all the kids, you know, because of movies like, right. Okay, don't let your kids watch movies like this, okay, when they're growing up. Do you understand what kind of fucking example or messages are sending? You know, I'm being real with you, and cocaine destroyed my life. You know, so why would you want your children? Hey, you should be giving them books to read, not fucking shit like that. Yeah, shit like that. Give them a good Bible or something like that. But like I said, if I can get Ian on, like I said, now he's worked with a lot of youth clubs. Dude, I wouldn't have went there regular myself if I was that bit old. I'm not into the stuff that way. Well, Luke, I'll be honest with you. I was a fucking crash test dummy, and I just wanted to be like one of the lads. And like, you know, you don't really. I didn't know what heroin was. I also knew what it was called, but I didn't know the power of it. You know, and doing heroin for the first time and having. You see, I didn't have a big brother, right? Now, I'm going to end this live very soon because my missus has to go and do shit and my little lad's not too well. But like I said, it's like when I look back and all, like it's crazy because I felt like I was part of something, you know. It's like, and it's like I felt untouchable at the time, even though I was only a kid here. The way you walk back then, and Harpo can come on here and tell you, and Spencer can tell you, all the lads looked out for me. You know, I did what I was told. Do you understand? If any of them Red Wall boys told me to do something, I would jump at it. Do you understand? Because I wanted to impress them, but it's a look, it's like mob mentality, and it's like they all just wanted to sit at a wall every night, drinking, smoking, all that nonsense, and up the road where I lived, we all did it too. You know, but my mates, that's all they wanted. I'm like, is that all you want to do? Sit on a street corner for the rest of your life? Do you not want to do something with your life? And then I was Luke will tell you, I didn't even know this. Finn, wait till you hear this. Luke remembers me when I walked in fucking Spar. How mad is that? And I didn't even know that. You know, but all my mates will always tell you, Jude always worked. I always grafted. Do you understand? I was always thinking of the next step. I didn't want to stay here forever. It's a big world out there. Just because you're from a housing estate doesn't mean you're stuck there. You've got choices, but you want to be like your fucking mate, don't you? You know, all I want to be is a good role model. You know, make your kids hungry. Don't give them everything. Do you understand? Because you might think that it's all love and all, but this is the fucking real world. Yeah, if you give your kids everything, hand them to them, they're not going to be hungry. Your grandkids aren't going to be hungry. Do you understand? And that's how it is. It's like you need to be fucking hungry, you know. Giving your kids, listen to me, yeah? My son wasn't given a degree. He fucking went and earned it. He did something. Do something. Fucking do something with your life. Read a book. Get a fucking degree. Learn a fucking language. Play a bit of Italian music. Have some fucking Italian food. Have you any fucking class in you? Oh, sorry. You just want to be one of the lads, don't you? Fuck that. I wanted more than that. I've been around some of the toughest guys you could imagine, allegedly. And I learned something from every one of them mad bastards that I was nothing like them. I could be like them if I wanted. Wasn't for me kids and me missus. Yeah. That's my, see that? That's my real world now. Shitty nappies. Me son getting sick on me. Me missus farting when she has her period. Me sleepwalking. Sorry, baby. Me missus isn't well at the minute, bless her. She's sneezing all night. She's been up at the baby all night. You know, like I said, you know, shout out to all the mothers out there. You know what I mean? It's like I said, you know, see my missus, she's re-erected me. You know, she's re-erected me. She's redirected me. And she's erected me. And elected me to be man of the gaff. And that's what I am. Make your kids hungry, you see. And here, phase 2 of this operation, motherfucker. Did I tell you? So, from here on out, every video short I make in the description, I'd like you to go over and have a look. Now we're going to start phase 2, which is... Finn, I hope you're counting days, mate. I'm going on, I think we're 16 days in, and I think we've got... It's either 16 or 17 days. So that'll leave another 11 days. Every video, every short I make, Finn's channel, Lena's channel, Raymond's channel, Doc's channel, Pablo's channel, Max's channel, Scott's channel, Spencer's channel, Luke's channel, fucking everyone, because this is a team effort and we are international, baby. We've got mods from America, Australia. If you're going to be part of this team, we can't have no fucking harm coming to any koalas. Do you understand? No koalas will be hurt in this process. I'm a humanitarian, and it's like Tank planted the seed in me head, man. I can just see a little baby koala looking at him, like going, please don't eat me, Tank. And Tank's going, fuck off. You know, grabbing its little neck on him like, you're a fucking hell bastard, man. Go on now with that. You're the Marno Highlander fucking killing koalas. You know, fuck's sake. I'm a humanitarian. I can't even kill a bee now. You know, I catch them in jars when they fly into the house and I release them. Catch and release. I wish it was capture and kill. I used to pull the wings off them. You know, I used to stick bangers on frogs, stick a straw up their ass and blow them up. Boom. Yeah. But, nah, listen, I wasn't well when I was a kid. We used to shoot animals and all. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I was so fucking ill years ago, and I never had a pet before that, other than Joey, which was me goldfish. And I buried them when I lived in Bluebell. That was the first pet I had. What was the second I had? Yeah, I had 2 ferrets. Well, they weren't my ferrets. They were my uncle's ferrets. And a dog and pigeons as a kid. I lived in Bluebell Flats. My uncle's name was Christy Knowles. At the time, he was away killing Arabs in Lebanon. For the country, yeah, he was bagging and tagging them foreigners. I'm a foreigner. I want to go where love is. And I'm going to shoot you. I want to be where war is. And we know all about you. You You don't want the Irish coming for you, because here, we can break off, you see, whether we're on our own or in a unit. We can think by ourselves, even though I'm meant to be so stupid. Why is everyone so shook of us? Why are you so scared? What are you scared of? But anyway, like I said, phase 2 of this operation, I think there's about 11 days to go. Maybe I could be wrong, but in them 11 days, I know that Raymond's channel, Finn's channel, and Lena's channel. But Ray's channel and Lena's channel will go past 100. Finn will go past 3. Then he'll get 4. Then he'll get 5. Do you see where I'm going with this? So, every video I make until I come off YouTube, I'm going to back Finn's channel, Lena's channel, Raymond's channel, and about 20 other people's channels. If you've got a spanner in my channel and you want your channel sharing, come in and let me know. And all you need to do is a couple of things for me. Just come in the live and give me a number. And I can help you. But like I said, my mind's overloaded at the minute. I'm trying to help a few people grow their channel. Well, sorry, no, I'll take that back. They're growing their channel just because I have a little bit of influence on in their circle on YouTube to help them grow. You know, and that's my mission. And already Lena is growing. Fucking Raymond's channel's on 90 subs. He's 10 away from 100. And you don't understand. These people are survivors. Me and Lena, me and Raymond, and me and Finn, we have one thing in common. And it's suicide ideology. We wanted to kill ourselves, right? So, I managed to convince Raymond not to kill himself. He's still here. You know, Lena's still here. And she's going to help people because she's a survivor too. You know, and she's Protestant. She's an orange bastard. A Rangers fan. But she's like my little sister. You see, there's not the only religion in here is love and respect. Okay? Now, you can all fuck off and I'll be back sometime tonight. I might open my stream yard tonight, but like I said, you'll see my way works. And there's a few people that have supported me over the years, so I've got a duty of care. I've got a service to do, a community service. And there is not many noblemen on here. And go research, do what I did. Go look at the 50 channels that charge everybody here. I guarantee you, yeah, my way works much better than a membership package. This is all love. This is free, baby. You know, this is for YouTube. You know. Yeah. And I'm bringing a few friends with me. You know, I'm going to have a good panel. I've already selected and identified the candidates to come on my channel, and it's like they're all good men with good qualities, every one of them. You know, whether it be Spencer McDermott, whether it be Luke G, Spencer, Luke, Finn, Gibbo, they're all wise. They've had life experience, you know. Pablo, Chopper, Scott, all the way in Max. Do you understand? Listen to me, there's loads of people I can name. Pablo Da Vinci. Everyone gets a nickname. That's Pablo's nickname. If you're not subbed to Pablo Escobar's channel, can you do it? Because you know what? See, without his help, there wouldn't be no STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER. See, without me chick, there'd be no STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER. And you see, without God, here, there'd be no me. So, Spencer, them 5 years we had at Dublin Christian Mission has saved my life. But anyway, I'm going to have to go and my missus will take my life. But the way I see it is, I have this belief where if I build it, they'll come. Because there's a lot of Irish men out there and Dubliners that watch my channel that are ex-addicts that hadn't got the courage to speak about it. and they hear me on my video saying, you know what, guess what? I was away from him for 30 years and I fucking relapsed. You know, you put too much pressure on yourself. I see me fucking mother, me, and she's fucking dead, looking at me son. Hey, would you not have a fucking drink? Do you understand? I had a wobble. I seen me mother. She's fucking dead. Didn't even bring a selection box. You fucker! But anyway, she told me she'd come back, and I'll tell you one thing, there's a way. And she found that, and because of it, I thought I was losing my mind. So, because of pain and that, I relapsed. Imagine your dead ma coming to see your son, and you catching her, and she disappears, and then you smell her perfume, and there's no one in the house. Now, I'm going, and I'll be back later on. But Spencer, listen to me. Later on, I might open my stream yard, yourself, Finn, if Mousie's around, and there's a couple of other people. Like I said here, it's only going to be a matter of time before all these people come together. And the one common fibre they all have in common is me. And honestly, you see, the reason why I need to get Ian Gibbons on here is because it's going to do us so good. You know, I forgive you, brother. You being alive. You don't need to fucking ask for my forgiveness. Because remember, after that happened, we met up. You know, and what have you. It's like, look at you coming on here and sharing your story with the world. You know, this guy's got God in his life and he's worked with a lot of organisations that has helped addicts, recovering addicts. So, shout out to Ian Gibbons for the turnaround. Yeah. You know, and I'd like to thank you all for coming in. Like I said, listen to me, yeah. I'm not bringing my mate on to glorify being a villain or being a thug or being a criminal. I'm bringing this guy on because you learn from him. You know, the amount of children and he's helped. You know, because like when the Grim Reaper comes for you 3 times and you survive it, you know, that doesn't happen. And God kept him alive, and I know we kept him alive in order for me and him to work together alongside each other one more time. So be it. Anyway, Spencer, I'm going to open me live about 6 o'clock tonight, 6:30. And a couple of you can come on. I'm not staying long. But like I said, it's only going to be a matter of time before I bring a few Irishmen together on a panel, not to talk about criminality or fucking whatever, to talk about life, you know, to talk about fuck-ups, to talk about recovery, to talk about love, hate, life, death, you know, it's like, and if you're fucking disrespectful to anybody in my life, you'll be removed, okay? People don't come in to be abused, okay? You know, and if you want to be a tough guy, leave your jacket and your shoes at the door before you come in. Fucking here. Whatever, I'll see you later. Boom.